What's going on, guys? I'm Venom and I'm looking annoyed for a reason. I'm going to explain to you why. But first of all, I'll let you know it's because of this news. So, Dane DeHaan. We got an interview with Dane DeHaan. You have to say Han. It's not Han. Dane DeHaan. You have to stretch your lips, elongate your mouth, look like a horse. So, the first important question, because it's a few questions, it's a pretty lengthy read. It'll be in the description below if you want to check it all out. But let's go over the meat, the juicy meat. Okay, so first of all, first question, that's important. We kind of already know this a little bit, but, I like how he reiterates it. Okay, so first, the first question is, comic book characters are almost Shakespearean insofar as they can be reinterpreted in countless ways. What was the essence of Harry Osborn to you? Possibly to distinguish your version from James Franco's or even from an iteration of him from the comics. So Dane DeHaan answered, I think what this version of Spider-Man does is it takes the Spider-Man characters and puts them in a modern culture. So I started to look at Harry as, how does a person like this exist in modern day culture? And to me, he's a trust fund baby. He grew up in New York City and he uses his wealth to hide his problems. Like he almost uses his wealth to buy happiness. And I think there's a big hipster trust fund baby culture that kind of fits right into that world. So that was kind of my way in or start in that world. That was kind of his way in or start in that world. Remember that. Or start, which we already knew, but basically him confirming Harry Osborn is going to be in the rest of these movies. He's going to be a reoccurring person. Yeah, now let's get to the part that annoys me. The question is, how much participation do you get to do in the action of this film? Now, if you do remember, before this movie started filming, Dane DeHaan he was exercising and eating a lot and, trying to become kind of bigger and muscular. I don't know why. I do know why. I just hope it's not Venom. I hope it's not Venom. I think it's the Goblin. I said I know why. I don't know why. But I think it's the Goblin. I want to hope it's the Goblin, because if you don't know, I think we're going to think, us the viewer, we're going to believe he's the Goblin, but it's going to turn out that Norman actually is the Goblin. People tend to forget that Norman Osborn is dying. That's the point of the cure. Why would Harry Osborn become the Goblin? Norman Osborn is dying. He needs the cure. That's why he becomes the Goblin. There's no reason for Harry to become the Goblin. You got to remember that when you're watching these movies. Norman is dying. Okay, now, let's get back to the question. How much participation do you get to do in the action of this film? Dane DeHaan answers, I got to do some action. I mean, it was definitely a mental and physical challenge. Then the question is, some things, understandably, I imagine, you'd leave to the stunt people, but would you prefer to do as much as possible of that kind of physical stuff yourself? Dane DeHaan said, well, there are some things you just can't do for insurance reasons, or things like, oh, wow, sorry about that, guys. Or things like, just physically, I cannot do that. But I had a really great time getting into the best shape of my life for this movie. Training and that kind of thing, being more physically capable than I've ever been before. But yeah, you have to be smart about it. And at the end of the day, you can't do something that you might potentially not be able to work for the rest of the movie. You have to be able to maintain yourself. So then it was asking about, the pain, whatever, just some other stuff. Now let's get to this part. All right, right here. Okay, so he said, do you come home from a day of shooting and go, that was a really messed up scene I did, but that was fun? Dane DeHaan said, no. He said, or do you just shake it off? He said, I don't really shake it off, no, but it's still fun to me, and I still love to do this, even if the part requires me entering into very dark parts of myself. I've always liked to act. And I've always liked to challenge myself as an actor. So if that's what I'm doing, whether I leave at the end of the day happy or not, it doesn't mean it was fun or not. I always have fun when I'm acting. I really do. So I want you to, first of all, remember the fact that he said something about dark parts. He says, even if the part requires me entering into very dark parts of myself. Now, he didn't say even if being Harry Osborn requires him to do that, but he said the part, and he's talking about dark parts of himself. So just, you know, keep that with everything that he said about Harry Osborn. Harry Osborn, you know, being a trust fund baby, him buying his happiness, him, you know, he talks about the very dark parts of himself. Think about that, to put that all in your head when it comes to the character Harry Osborn. Think about Harry Osborn's going to be a reoccurring person, even though we pretty much figured that. And also think about the fact that Harry Osborn is going to have some action scenes, which is weird. So the action scenes obviously are most likely going to be the Goblin. We did see Harry Osborn in the trailer talking to Electro. I don't know what to think about Harry Osborn. I don't know what to say about Harry Osborn, but I do know what I'm going to say now. And I'm going to say, I want to have a conversation about it in the comment section below. If you didn't see my Grand Theft Auto 5 video, that'll be in the description. Check that out. It's me basically predicting what Grand Theft Auto Online is going to be. I make a prediction, and I missed something. I left something out. It's in the description of that video, but I'll say it here. No, I'm not. I'm not going to say it there. Whatever. Check that video out. It'll be in the description below. And in that description, be sure to look at that description in that video to miss, because I didn't verbalize something that was very important to me, something that I really felt strongly about. Okay, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and peace out. I have a dark Harry Osborn, mentally dark, not in terms of skin color. Oh, you're messed up. You're a messed up individual. Look at this, guys. I got a PS Vita. Look at that. PS Vita. You know how much I paid for this? In stores, it's $250 and $300. You know how much I paid for this? $100. That's why I got it, because it's $100. It's like a steal. You got to get it. It's $100. Excuse me, but I'm going to get my PS Vita for $100. Okay. Somebody took my Venom 2 million thing on PSN, too. Thank you, whoever you are. You took the name Venom 2000000. Zero. I don't know how many zeros that was. Taking up time now. Peace out. Later. Peace. Direct upload.